We all know you've always had that daydream where someone touches you and then you do a backflip and slam their heads to the ground. Sadly for you, you can't pull that off because you can't even do a proper kick, you lazy couch potato. But I have something that's even better than that. You have to watch the entire video until the end though, because somewhere around here I have a surprise for you. Enough of that, let me give you the best anime moments when you mess with the wrong person. Welcome to Anime Donut. Don't make me jelly. You won't like me when I'm jelly filled. Or maybe you will, some people do. Frieren shows Aura who's the boss. We'll kick things off with a more recent one that you weebs will be familiar with. I'm talking about the moment when Frieren shows us just how dangerous an elf grandma can be because god damn! I did not expect this small elf to be that cold. I already knew this was going to happen because I got spoiled by the manga, but holy smokes, the anime just made it so much better. Aura thought she was gonna get an easy dub, but nope. Once we saw that flashback, it was all over. She even bragged about her age being 500 years old, but come on. Frieren tells us that she's lived over a millennium and reveals her true strength. She literally just pulled a Uno reverse card attack in real life. Well, manga. You get me. And the way that Frieren just walked away, telling Aura to off herself, was just nasty. It was disrespectful. It was legendary. And that's only the first one, so stay tuned because this list is gonna get more epic. Also, if you want to be as cool as this overpowered lolly grandma, smash that like button and subscribe. Nanami pummels Shigamo. Now hold up, let the men talk, because I know a daddy when I see one. Nanami is just like me. Kidding aside, Mappa did a great job in making Nanami look more buff because it just made sense for him to be this strong. He even did that supermodel strut, so you know he's packing. Shigamo's attacks didn't do anything because bro felt like he hit a wall. That wall turned out to be Mike Tyson. And man, that scene where Nanami just pulled his hair, woo! I know the ladies were going wild. Nanami is him. The way he just let Shigamo fall and landed a punch square on his face was awesome. The animation, the music, and the way he just looked felt like he was made for this scene. It was just pure rage and anger for Nanami, and if it wasn't for his curse technique, Shigamo would have died the first time he got hit. Kenpachi versus Grimmy. I think anime in general just hates blondes because look at this next one. Bro can literally imagine anything into reality, but still lost without Kenpachi revealing his true powers. He even had the power of God in America on his side, and it still wasn't enough. Kenpachi is such a beast that he can even cut space. I mean, that's literal space. Grimmy should have just imagined Saitama coming up because at that point it was obvious he had no chance of winning. I mean, he couldn't even think why he couldn't block Kenpachi's sword, and his meteor was just a plaything for the man. If being delusional was an anime character, then it would be Grimmy. He was just too overconfident. In the end, bro just lost to his intrusive thoughts because he just can't fathom how strong Kenpachi is. Mob destroys Koyama. Speaking of being overconfident, this guy Koyama just looks like your typical hot-headed punk. But what he didn't know is that Mob wasn't your typical shy nerd. I mean, honestly, if a guy looks like he's Saitama's kid, you already know he's going to be overpowered. Mob was literally being beaten to a pulp at the beginning, but how the tables have turned. In meme language, this translates to, "Call an ambulance, but not for me." Those 100% transformations though in season 1 just hit the spot because it was just insane to look at, especially with Mob Psycho 100's animation. Mob literally force pulled him into his hand like he was Darth Vader and proceeded to smash him into the next dimension. Oh Lord, that animation made my eyes melt. At least we knew Grimmy was arrogant because he was overpowered, but Koyama instantly became fodder when Mob went loose. Makoto kills Shion. We've all seen the nice characters go berserk and crush their enemies, but when do you ever get to see the nice guy just snap and look more menacing than the villain? This man promoted gender equality to the next level because he did not have to cut off both her arms before punching her in the face and then just slowly stabbing her neck. This wasn't epic, it was just brutal. I mean, just look at his eyes. This man was not kidding when he said he wanted to kill her. If you know what she did deserve this though, because the people she killed didn't get to revive. I just wish sometimes this is how dark other MCs in anime became, cause when do you still preach the power of friendship when your homie is literally dead? This is what happens when you duck around and find out. Kaneki eats Jason. Moving on to a classic, we all know this, your mother knows this, heck, even your dog knows this. If you thought Makoto killing Shion wasn't bloody enough, then watch this one. Jason thought he was the one doing the killing, but surprise, surprise, because Kaneki got white hair. And now he's overpowered as hell. Bro took a bite out of Jason, broke his own leg just to land a kick, and then made him do math backwards. I mean, I can take a beating, just don't throw math problems at me, because that's real torture. And I know Jason was crying because all of that calculating he was doing. Damn, it wasn't even enough for Kaneki, because he ate the guy. Not in a weird way. Kaneki woke up, chose violence, and made one of the best comebacks in anime history. Of course, a great revenge always has to have an even greater soundtrack. Rimuru uses Megiddo. We're back at it again because I can't get enough of this one. You might remember this scene way back in our top 10 revenge moments, which you can check out here by the way. But still, it deserves to be on this list. The Falmouth Kingdom literally thought they were gonna rock up, kill Rimuru's favorite secretary, and just be safe. The king must have been a total idiot because how do you not notice that something's wrong when a slime is literally ruling over ogres? Hey, at least he did something right because without him, we wouldn't have witnessed this godly moment. When Megiddo started, I literally had an eargasm. Tensura just does a stupidly good job with sound effects and they don't miss. I mean, Rimuru doesn't because that kill counter speaks for itself. Props to the singer, props to the animators, props to everyone. I don't know why I like watching a genderless slime commit mass murder, but hey, I'm not the only one. Hey there, glad you got this far. You see, this time we'll be giving you viewers a chance to decide on which video we'll make next. Leave your ideas in the comment section, and if Anime Donut Senpai likes it, well, we might just make a video out of it. So what are you waiting for? Show us how creative you weebs can be. Back to the video. Asta one-shot Seke. Not gonna lie, I died laughing when this happened. Seke and that Baja of his really thought he was gonna get the dub, but my guy didn't know he was up against the MC. Bro got one shot and I'm sure his nuts were hit by Asta's massive sword. That went out wrong, but you know what I mean. Another hint that you're gonna get beat is when the MC has a black and white impact frame and the animation went from level 1 to level 100. Which was especially true for Black Clover, because it did have some wonky animations sometimes. You should even watch the dub, because Seke literally sounded like he was from Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something. Well, Baha, the joke was on him. Or he was the joke in the first place. Roy Mustang burns Envy. Speaking of jokes, Mustang wasn't joking around when he went up against Envy. Envy was getting rained on by bullets in the first place, but what he didn't know was that things were going to be much worse for him. A snap, then a snap, then a snap, and that Finn boy was just screaming in pain. And Mustang didn't stop. He doesn't even give a damn about what Envy has to say. He just keeps on burning him like it's the 4th of July. I would have preferred that Thanos snap because I would have just become dust, but burning to death is just not a good way to go. This scene was just badass for Mustang. You can see his rage, his wrath, and his pure hatred for Envy as he was just consumed by revenge. And this single moment alone, Mustang was just a living disaster that Envy had awakened. Gon kills Neferpito. Finally at number 1, we had that moment when Gon showed us why he's the MC. He was just too angry, to the point where the bro grew up to be the version of himself that could defeat Pito. This wasn't a fight anymore, this was an execution. And yep, there's that black and white animation. I told you guys, it's always there. Gon was tired of searching for his daddy, so he became one. He did everything for the sake of revenge, and Pito wasn't even the final boss. That moment when Gon slammed Pito in the face, whew, I was just speechless. And he didn't stop there, he just kept punching and punching, and he didn't even care when his arm was torn off. He literally used his own arm to impale Pito's headless body. From being a 10-year-old to turning into a JoJo character, this scene cemented itself as one of the most legendary anime moments in history. And that was our picks for the anime moments when you mess with the wrong person. There were only 10 of them, so comment down your favorites. And if you want to also have muscles and 10-foot long hair, then smash that like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you won't miss any of our recent uploads. But wait a minute before you go, why not check out most shocking moments in anime? Anime Donut rolling out.